Greetings everyone, my name is Cubeproductions, and today we're playing Dead by Daylight using the Score Merchant. Our build today is really weird. We're using the Score Merchant, we're using Thrilling Tremors, Deadlock, Scorchhook, Pain Resonance, and Scorchhook Gift of Pain. We also have the advanced movement prediction so we can see their whereabouts when they're inside the drone radius. And of course the green add-on, her best add-on that lets us make them oblivious. But I'll explain how this build works as we continue to the game because it's not really a lot to explain, but you'll have to like see it to better understand why it's so good on her. And I think this might be another build that I recommend y'all use. I recommend y'all use a lot of the builds I've used with her because they work. But as a score merchant main, I need to show different builds to try to understand what does work and what doesn't work. That's the reason why I have to get every perk in the game so I can combine different perks and see which one I like more and which one I like less. But let's get straight into the game so I can show you how good this build is. Okay, we're playing on the Dead Dog Saloon. This is definitely her best map, by the way. But this is a map all killer, so I'm not really surprised. But this map is so good with her because basically you can put drones in really dumb spots, and because the map is so small, you can really easily get towards the generator you're trying to protecting or totems. So, and also in Dead Dog Saloon, a lot of the time the survivors spawn in the exact same place. Just the complete opposite direction of where you spawn. So, because of that reason, you know where they are. But this is a little different. We actually spawned on the main building. The survivors are everywhere else. But this generator I've actually never seen in this area before. So I'm going to kick that real quick. I'm not going to put a drone down because I already put drones close to other drones. So I can't put that drone there unless I time it and I space it correctly. But I looked at every single gen and I noticed that like there's no one on the gen. So I was a little confused. But it doesn't really matter because we already set up our drones. So all we have to do is put the drones in the right spots. And eventually people will have to go on the drones. But I love this map because of one reason. This breakable. I wish every single shack had that, but for some reason only this map has that. But it's so good. But let's explain this build. So our build, like I told you before, we're using Drilling Tremors. So what this perk does is, if we can pick up a survivor, all generators not being repaired will automatically be blocked by the entity for 16 seconds. This is a really good perk on Score Merchant. At first, I didn't think it was that good because I was like, well, I'm blocking generators, but it doesn't really matter because I can put a drone in the generator, so even if I wasn't blocked, I would still know someone's there because I put a drone. But the reason why I love this perk on her is that basically it helps with the fact that when you're chasing somebody or when you're trying to hook them, people can just do gens and you're like, well, I know they're on a gen, but I gotta figure out which one they're on. And if they're not on a gen, I don't know which one they are on, so I have to figure it out. But Thrilling Tremors just does that for you. It literally just stops all gens if they're not being worked on. Now, if they are being worked on, of course, then you can just go to the gen and protect the drone, and that's the point. Then we have Scorchhook Pain Resonance. What this does is we just hook a survivor on a Scorchhook, and that the generator with the most progress automatically loses 25%. They actually nerfed this perk. It used to be 15%, but it would happen every single time you used it. Now it's 25%, but it can only happen 4 times, which is a big nerf, because it's not every time, but it's also a big buff, especially, as you can see right now, Thrilling Tremors putting in work, all the gens are blocked, and now we can go put drones down and protect them before the survivors can even touch them again. And we also know there's no survivors over there because they're blocked. But because of Scorchhook Pain Resonance being buffed technically, it's really good on Score Merchant because basically we can beat a chase and then block, not really block, but disable a gen basically. Any gen they're working on will be blocked by the entity. The generator they are working on, well, not like any generator they're not working on, the entity will block it. But any generator they are working on, most likely that's the one that has the most progress on it. So Pain Resonance will just immediately make lower it by 25% and regress it, and they're gonna want to get off the gen because now I know which one they're on. Then we have Deadlock, which will block the generator with the most progress for 30 seconds once a generator is completed, which is really good actually on Score Merchant because you basically can figure out where the survivors are or have a better understanding of which gen you need to protect more. Also, I kind of like these loops in Deadlock Saloon because they're different from the other loops, and as in they're a whole different tile and structure compared to other maps. So we're gonna put this person on this hook. Now, if you notice, I also have the last perk. I can't remember the name, but it's called Scorchhook Gift of Pain, I believe. What it does is every time you hook a person on a Scorchhook, Once that person gets off the Scorch Hook, they are influenced with the Mangled, and I believe it's Hemorrhage size effect, until they're healed. Then, once they're fully healed, they have a 16% decrease healing speed and repair speed until they're injured again. So basically, with this build, we are just slowing down the game a lot because we're blocking gens so they can't use them. We're regressing gens automatically using Pain Resonance, and we're also regressing gens. We're making gens go slower by using Gift of Pain. Well, yeah, Gift of Pain. I want to say it's called. And it's really good, actually. Like, I've used this build. I haven't used it like in more videos. I believe it's the first video I'm actually using it in. But at the time of recording this video, I did use it in way more builds because I actually think it's really good on her, and I'll be continue to use it more. Because Sterling Chambers, I think, is actually really good on Score Merchant. When I first played her, I thought I didn't really need to do builds where I had to protect gens because I already had drone to protect gens. But like I told you before in some of my videos, it's more important sometimes to just use a build that strengthens your already strong asset than use a build that strengthens your weak asset. So if you notice, I hooked that person, but we didn't lose a token for our Pay Resonance, and that's because there is no generators being done at all. So it's not going to decrease any, it's not going to even regress them. Now, but it's kind of weird though, because even though I did just kick that gen, that means it had like a little bit of progress on it. I think it's because it didn't have over 25%, so they didn't try and regress it. So this person decides to just kill himself on the hook because he doesn't want to be in the game anymore. He's like, I don't feel like fighting against Score Merchant. And I definitely can understand why he would think that. Because honestly, I love fighting against Score Merchant. I love playing her, but I noticed in this game, the reason why this video is so quick is because I was trying to show off this build, but two people just don't want to play the game. They would rather screw over their team than try and win through the game. So because of that reason, we get two really quick and easy kills. But it didn't really matter anyway because this build was gonna work wonders anyway. And the reason why I love this map for Score Merchant is that generator on the top of the saloon. You can literally put a drone at the bottom of the gen. Basically the bottom of the building. And if you do that, it will still affect the top of it because of the fact that it's the drone radius has no height limit. So this map is extremely good for this killer, and it's so small, so you can get across the map really fast. The little tiny speed boost you get also when inside your when someone else is inside your drone radius is also pretty useful. And as you can see, this is give up because she realizes there's no point in playing the game anymore. It's basically, but I'm not gonna say this. Like, I love playing Score Merchant, but I do a lot of survivors do just give up whenever I play Score Merchant, and that kind of annoys me, mainly because of the fact that I love playing this killer, and I want to actually like have fun, and I want to play like a full match, and sometimes people just leave because you're just doing too well, and I hate it. And you'll know exactly what I mean. We don't really know, but I have a video coming up at the time I'm recording this video where I was fighting a streamer. I already asked the streamer could I use his gameplay in my video, so I'm actually working on that video now at the time of uploading this video. But even though none of the people in the stream left the game, it's like when you hear a survivor's point of view when it comes to like a killer, especially Score Merchant, it's kind of just like, wow. Like they just, I'm not gonna say really rude things, but it's kind of like, y'all don't really understand exactly how much work it kind of goes into playing the killer. Like, yes, it does seem kind of simple. Oh, you throw a drone on somewhere and else and protect it. But yeah, but you have to realize, while it is true she can protect gens pretty well, you just loop her so well and then you lose. So it's basically kind of like that. But luckily for us, we have this really good gen build. And at the end of the game, we're just going to set up our drones like usual so we can protect the exit gates. I am going to do another video with this build, of course, because I love this build. I think it's really useful, and I want y'all to see it. But one thing I will say is, if you get a match like this where people just leave, it means you're doing really well. It either means you're doing really well, or they just don't want to play against Score Merchant. But I get these a lot, actually. I don't post these videos. Like, I'll record a Dead by Daylight video, and then I'll get games like this where the person will just leave, and I'm over here like, oh, okay. Like they'll leave or they'll kill themselves on the hook. I had 2 games like that actually. One of them is the streamer game, what I'm gonna upload. He didn't leave. No one left in that game. He was actually really good. But the other game I had, this person left, and I had asked them if I could use their gameplay as well for my video, and he said no. And he was like, "Why would you do that?" I was like, "Because I want to see the survivor's point of view." And but I wasn't really gonna use it anyway because honestly, he kind of left. His reasoning was my teammates don't know how to deal with Score Merchant, so I'm just gonna leave the game and not try. I was like, that's the definition of why I solo queue. Well, why I shouldn't solo queue, because you get teammates like that, will they just give up because they don't want to handle a difficult-ish situation. I feel like survivors sometimes want to have like a really easy time when it comes to playing. But I'm not really mad about that because I honestly know how they feel. I play Survivor all the time too, and it's really, really annoying sometimes getting tunneled. Mainly, the only thing that really happens to me is I get tunneled. I'll be the first one that gets hooked. So then the killer's like, well, I can't get anyone else, and he's already injured, so I might as well go after him. And honestly, I understand how they feel, so I'm not really mad. But, and I play killer and survivor, so I definitely understand how each side feels. But I just have fun playing the game, and I love playing Skull Merchant, so of course I'm going to play her. But this person just went inside this room because they realized there was no way they were going to win, and they kind of just gave up at the end. But sorry about that weird game. It was a quick game, and I did show off the build perfectly, but I know y'all like watching longer videos probably, or maybe y'all do enjoy videos like this where people just rage quit at the game because they don't want to play anymore. But if you enjoyed the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Share the video with anyone you know, and tell me what else you want to see. Also, I didn't realize, I forgot to say it, but in this video, I finally got my game working, so now it's much brighter in all my videos. So stay tuned for better content and better quality videos. I'll see you in the next video. Have a nice day.